There are improvement works ahead, so this train will terminate at the next station.
Fake news, Seth. Fake news.
So serious.
KK takes me out star. How about that?
Are you Muslim?
He should have been slapped as a child. He's a spoiled little Greek brat who's probably been treated like a prince.
I'm not a crook. I've earned everything I've got.
Do you think video gaming abilities are defined by ethnicity?
No.
Or do you think it's just a matter of that Asians game a lot more than anyone else?
I think they game a lot more, but I do think...
I'm not being racist.
No, I'm not
like
either.
Saying,
I do think they probably do have an edge, because why are black people better athletes in certain...
biologically they're better. As in, biologically their makeup is...
Well, we're talking like...
Yeah,
okay, yeah. Well, yeah, because I was going to say, like, the slaves were kept as, like...
no, it's not just...
No, because what I was going to say was... They kept the strong ones and they bred them out. Not bred them out, but they bred them, held them and kept...
Yeah, like eugenics.
Yeah, basically. And so a lot of their ancestors now, a lot of them are athletes and so forth.
Yeah, because there's a big difference between... I'm being ignorant here, but there's a big difference between the physical makeup of Africans still in Africa as opposed to Africans that are in Brazil.
Yeah, I would think so.
You know, Brazil, Haiti, America.
Yeah.
Because they were literally taken over as slaves. So... eugenics literally would have just bred it out.
Yeah.
No, is that fair?
Yeah.
Because I'm just trying to picture. I'm picturing like.
Well, it was that.
I'm picturing my mate's African wedding 4 years ago, and there were Africans there from all over: Liberians, Zimbabweans, Zambians, Sudan, and the Sudanese were like big boys, but the Liberians weren't. Like generally, I wouldn't say they were like built like, Russians, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But not even Russians from Moscow, Russians from the gulags. Do you know what I mean? No, am I making sense?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Like the Georgians I know, man, they're all big. Like, because it's hard life.
Yeah.
I don't know, is that accurate?
Possibly.
I mean...
There's got to be some truth.
I don't know about that part of it.
I'm not being racist about it. I'm just saying there's got to be some truth to that,
in terms of what you were saying in the start, like the Asian thing with the gaming thing, there's like multiple facets of that.
Yeah, there are.
That implement.
That's different. Yeah.
You'll have age, you'll have parental support.
As you get it,
You'll have reflexes, natural ability, hand-eye coordination of each person.
You love talking about hand-eye coordination.
I love hand-eye coordination. and the reason is, like...
It's like he always brings it up.
I'll give you an example, right? Like, I've always thought I had really good hand-eye coordination. And, when I play competitively at home, like online competitively, I always play on Singapore or Japan servers, because if I play on Australian or US servers, it's disgustingly easy.
Okay.
Like, it's disturbingly easy. The people just do circles. They have no idea what's going on. They're just... like, it's... Yeah, so I actually sacrificed my ping to play on Singapore or Japan, because there's a better challenge on there. At the same time, there's more cheaters. I don't know why.
I was playing BF1 every day for 2 years. The longest I've ever played any game, consistently every day. And it was maybe when I was playing with Goldfarb, Tim. And it's every day, just us two all the time. And just us two would have our own little squad running all the time. And just that constant every day. Like, it's nothing to, it's my little brag. I managed to get into like the top 1% of support players in Oceania on the PS4.
Yeah.
On Oceania.
That's pretty
top
good.
1%, That was, what was there, like top 5,000? Yeah. So pretty much as soon as it stopped, as soon as you just got off that and didn't play consistently like every day at all.
Yeah.
I've tried jumping back into other games that, first person shooters, and I'm nowhere near as what I used to be able to do. It's like, you gotta keep
saying that, something I've noticed that I improve on, like, dramatically, really obvious, is if I play for a week straight, and then don't play for a couple of days at all, and then come back, I'm amazing.
Okay.
But only for the one day.
Yeah.
It is crazy.
Yeah.
Because you think, like, you would think you've been rusty, you've missed a couple of days.
Yeah.
You come back and you're amazing. I don't get it.
I don't know, maybe it's like that initial muscle memory, and then that's it.
Could be, yeah. And then you're terrible again.
Yeah. It's all about the hand-eye coordination, Tim.
How many hours a week would you say you're a fucking idiot?
Plenty.
Let's not get into that.
Hours of gaming?
A week?
Yeah.
Pretty bad, I don't know.
I know it's bad. That's what I'm putting you on the spot.
I study from home, so while I study, I also play games. So technically, it's pretty.
How does it even work?
Well, when I was unemployed for 8 months, Tim, I managed to notch up about 650 hours of Football Manager.
How's that even possible?
Over how long though?
About 8 months.
Okay, that's not bad.
I just have it running in the background.
Yeah.
While I'd be online.
Yeah.
Playing Battlefield or whatever. But that would just be, because it's the type of game where you can just couple clicks and just, you let it, you set it on the timer every 10 seconds it goes forward a day.
Yeah.
You know what burns me?
What's that?
You know what burns me? On Sunday, I had some work to do in the morning. I was working from home because I was on the computer basically just doing work, right?
Yeah.
And I had the footy going at 3 o'clock till 5:30 or whatever. That was the first time I'd sat at home and not had to leave out of obligation or like responsibility for 6, 7, 8 weeks. That's not even a joke. And I actually felt sick when I realized it because I'd actually had left that morning to go work.
Yeah.
6, 7, 8 weeks, somewhere in there, where it was like, nah, calendar's like, I don't have any appointments, nothing.
Yeah.
And I'm going to punch you in the face because you just got like, how many hours of Football Manager done?
That's when I was unemployed.
I'm serious.
I was sitting on my butt for, the whole day. Did they do things?
That hurts so much.
Hold on, let me pull it up. I'll find out for you right now.
While he's pulling it up, the only like recorded amount of time I remember is back in school when I used to wag like daily. I had racked up in 2 years. I had racked up 620 days played, actual days,
like 24-hour blocks.
Of what?
World of Warcraft.
Oh, okay.
How many years?
2 years.
How many days played?
620.
Are there even enough days in the year to count? That's basically
About 100 days off. Like 100 days of me sitting there. Yeah, it was really bad. That's the only recorded. Ever since that time, I think I was like 15. I've never checked the recorded times anymore. So I'd say 8 hours a day.
I know I clocked like
It was 608 hours. I almost got all the achievements too.
Almost.
when I look at time spent in a game, I think because I don't play as many games as you guys have, so it's not a spread. Watch that spread. The spread isn't as wide.
Yeah.
Because I can tell you exactly what games I've played.
Yeah.
But I don't think it has anything to do with like the amount of hours you put into it. It's just as long as you're enjoying it.
No. But
regardless of,
I'm saying pure data as far as most hours spent. I think Assassin's Creed Origins was up at like 80, somewhere there, 70, 80, which is for a non-gamer, that was pretty.
Yeah, you're a newborn.
That was ridiculous. The grinding in that was stupid.
that's what's kind of put me off like the last couple of ones. I start and then you get to a point you're like, I just can't be bothered. I'm just grinding for,
Pretty much nothing.
nothing essentially.
Far Cry 5, I'd played it almost halfway through, and then the save file just disappeared. So, yeah.
That was a glitch, wasn't it?
It was a glitch.
That was a glitch.
I lost my bananas, man. I got put off. I left it for about 2 months, and then I was just staring at the box. I refused to buy another game. Just staring at it. I'm like, nah, stuff this. Who was it that convinced me? I think it was Goldfarb. Or maybe it was even you.
To get what?
To reboot it and say, basically, you know how to get all the achievements
Oh, it wasn't me. It wasn't me.
It was probably Goldfarb. It's like, you know how to get the achievements quick, just bang through it, and you'll be back to where you were, but you'll do it in a fraction of time. And that was true.
Yeah.
I figured out how to get all the perk points nice and fast.
Here's a question for you. Do you play for achievements?
Depends on the game.
Okay. You?
Never. Oh, actually, hang on.
Yep.
Hang on. That's a lie.
Okay.
My priority is to get through the story.
Yep.
But if I'm enjoying the game, I'll actually make time to get the perks. And Far Cry 5 was probably the first one where I actually went deep. And but the only thing I had to do was 2 multiplayer elements, and I would have like 100%ed it.
Yeah. What was it like? In the 20 years I've had a PlayStation or gaming, whatever, I only just now platinumed, finally, like 100% of 2 games. Spider-Man, the one on the PS4, and Ghost of Tsushima.
Oh, pretty good. Pretty good titles.
Yeah. They look good. Yeah, I'm fairly good.
Do you know what my first multiplayer experience of Far Cry 5 was, man? It was your brother.
Oh, yeah. He loves Far Cry. Yeah.
I hadn't spoken to him he'd added me on I don't even know how he found me on the PSN network, man. I hadn't spoken to
They
him.
recommend people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hadn't spoken to him in years. And then he popped up, so I've added him. Never said a word to him. And then one day I'm playing and he's jumped on my server. And it's limited. It's only like, I'm thinking, okay. And he didn't say anything. I think I was playing without a headset on. I couldn't be stuffed. It was late at night and he's jumped on. And I was sort of trying to get through this one mission that was doing my head in.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I've got help now. Like, big deal. I'll get through it. Every time, there was 2 things I remember. 2 things. Every time a cutscene would come up, your brother would just be like, oh, fuck. And like, you'd hear him like put his headset down because I refused to skip it because I was following the story.
Yeah.
So I'm like, nah, stuff him. Like, I want to play. I want to see what's going on. So every time a cutscene would come on, he'd crack it. And the other thing was, this was happening instantaneously. We got into a car. I started driving and it was like a mission timed mission or something. I can't remember what it was. He just starts blowing people away with like a rocket launcher. Like anything, like in our path. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, because I didn't have the headset on, I couldn't yell at him. So like just cars blowing up. I'm driving like a maniac because he just set me off. Like, what the, and it literally killed us. Like this, because I wasn't expecting to shoot something point blank with a bazooka. You know what I mean? Thus endeth my gaming experience with his brother. Nah, I can't do it.
I tried playing Far Cry as well. One of my first times trying to play, and he jumped into mine randomly too. I had no idea. And I was like scoping out those compounds, right? Those big compounds that you got to invade, and the whole, all those guys.
Yeah, the best.
Yeah. So I'm like really quietly, had a bow and arrow out. I'm like zoomed in, looking around, trying to scope out how many people there are, I'm doing the whole, what do you call it? The
reconnaissance.
Reconnaissance, right?
It's my bread and butter, mate.
I was loving it. I was sitting up the top of a hill. All of a sudden, this moron joins in, throws a nade. Rocket launcher comes out. What the fuck is going on? Next thing you know, there's helicopters everywhere and shit.
The worst part is when you're fully immersed in that type of game,
And
you're listening for crackles, like as in people walking on branches. You get this idiot just pull up. What are you doing?
The best part, right? You hear the rocket launcher go off, you hear the explosion, and then you hear. And you're like, oh shit!
run.
Yeah.
You know what, man? I've watched a lot of those compound completion videos.
Yeah.
Far Cry 5 was probably the most impressive.
They're crazy, some of those videos.
What are they called? Fast, not runs.
Speed runs.
Speed runs.
Yeah.
Yeah. How long do you reckon you have to play to get that?
A lot.
Like, I got good at just sort of being reactive to stuff. Like knowing what weapons to pull out, how to quick aim and all that sort of shit.
They're running up to dudes and tagging them and then running away and then getting them. Like, they actually go up to dudes from behind, doing something to them, then running away to the opposite end, throwing knives at them as they're jumping over stuff, and like, it's full on.
I just remember there was one particular mission where it's like a infiltrate and then defend, basically, that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
It's like a ski lodge. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I just remember they were the first ones I watched. And there's a guy starting from like the rear back of the property, and he's just gone in and just like lobbed a knife. And he's like running the whole thing, like lobs a knife, throws a nade. While he's doing that, he's jumping and shooting at something else. It's just
they've memorized the
everything's systematic.
Yeah, because all the NPCs in there, they're all walking on a route. So,
yeah, obviously.
Like, unless you interfere in that route in their field of view, they're not going to do anything. So they've memorized it as, they've kept trying it over and over, and eventually they've perfected the run.
Mind you, I don't think any speedrunner uses legitimate tactics. Most speedrunners use glitches or bugs in the game to get it that precise or that fast.
What do you mean glitches?
They'll find some kind of glitch, like whether it's something really simple, like they don't take, like when you if you jump over like a barricade or something, you might do it slowly. They might find a glitch that just instantly jumps over it with no delay of you like putting your feet back on the ground sort of thing.
There might not be an actual. They might figure a way to glitch the animation.
Cancel the animation. Yeah.
Okay.
There's always something to a speedrun. There's never just a black and white play the game. There's always a glitch or a bug somewhere.
Yeah. I got into a habit of watching old video games like Wolfenstein 3D. Those speedruns.
Yeah.
How?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, the only way to do, I remember reading a tutorial on how to do a speedrun through these games.
Yeah.
And it's like, you need to memorize the map, first of all. You need to know every nook and cranny of that map. I got lost after like 10 seconds of just watching the video. Yeah. Where are we, man?
Have you ever seen the Mario ones?
Nah.
They're hilarious. You remember playing Mario as a kid, right? What was it called? The Haunted Mansion or whatever it was?
Mario?
Yeah.
There was a haunted mansion?
Yeah.
Oh, on 64 or
Yes,
Wii or whatever?
yeah.
Luigi's, it's the Luigi one.
That's it, yeah.
Mario's missing.
Watch people like speedrun that and you're like, what the hell's going on? They're like, they do like a jump and then they're like, alright, I gotta precisely flip around and turn around and then they like walk backwards and they just go through the wall, end up in a different part of the map altogether.
Yeah.
Like, there's fine glitches like that.
Ah.
Yeah, it's crazy. Crazy.
Is there record keeping of that sort of crap?
Yeah.
But it'd have to be glitch and non-glitch speedruns.
No.
Yeah?
No.
Glitches are part of the game. No one's updating it, so, you know, it's legit.
It's accepted. It's like, well, if you know the glitch is there, you just...
And they all the speedruns raise money. They're all like money-raising speedruns. They're not really like for profit just for the sake of doing them. Most of them will stream on like Twitch or YouTube and they'll say, hey, donate during this speedrun, you know, and they do a whole bunch of people for world records and they'll donate for charity and stuff. It's never really just like someone doing a speedrun.
It's never for profit on the individual.
No.
It's always
charity.
I actually didn't know that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
So speedrunners out there are donating money, basically. Okay, hang
Yeah.
on.
I mean, obviously they get viewers and,
Yeah.
you know, they get to promote themselves and their channels and
There
stuff
was
like
one
that.
video. There was one video I saw on YouTube maybe 2 weeks ago, and I think it was on the Xbox. It was about speedrunning a game on the Xbox, but it was such an obscure old game where I think it was a racing game, almost like Mario Kart in Mario Kart style, but it was for Xbox. But I can't remember the title. I think it was Shrek.
What?
I think it was Shrek, like a Mario Kart for Shrek.
Yeah.
And with all these speedruns and so forth, and then apparently some guy came out of nowhere and was just blitzing everybody's records. Like, oh, there's some sort of shenanigans going on here.
Shenanigans.
And then they figured out they basically deleted all his records because they thought something wasn't right because you're not allowed to use modified consoles and this and that. And apparently it had something to do with the drive. Apparently, I think it was Sony supplied one of the drives to the Xbox, one of their drives for the CD.
Yeah.
Samsung. I think it might have been Samsung. I can't remember. But basically, they're like, oh, you know, yeah, that's okay. We can accept it now. But there was still like a 10-second. No, sorry, it wasn't Mario Kart Shrek. It was that SpongeBob game that you've been seeing those glitches from, like under the water. It was that. I think it was that. And there was like a good 15 seconds that had been cut off from it, and they couldn't figure it out how.
Yeah.
And pretty much they emailed the guy that had done it, and apparently he goes, well, he was putting sweat on the bottom of the disc because it would let it like skip. Yeah.
Oh, that's insane. Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Wait, it let it skip?
Like skip part, like, you know, when it's reading it, it skips certain parts. I don't know how, but by putting sweat on the back of the CD, it would like,
it skipped that one bit and he'd just
skip that, you know,
that's insane.
It'd skip frames,
Isn't that the equivalent of like the Major League Baseball is using snot on the baseball to make it more obscure when it's not? What does it actually do?
More aerodynamic. I don't know, maybe because it picks up the moisture. I don't know.
No,
what's this? The snot?
Yeah, you know when...
I wouldn't have a clue.
I'm just picturing Naked Gun. He goes up to the... It's got like a corkscrew, Vaseline.
You mean when they spit on it? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
I thought that was purely because the ball...
it's a bit wet, and so it goes faster.
No, the ball gets... what's it called? I thought when they hit it, the ball gets like a bald patch, and when they spit on it and rub it, apparently that sort of shines out the bald patch. That's what I had heard. Okay, whether or not that's true or not.
Don't know.
All right, hang on.
But hold on. But then the funny thing was...
I'm going to Google this.
Then apparently they had already been trying different things on the bottom of this disc. So they had been trying tomato sauce and mustard and all. And then none of them thought, oh, what about sweat? And they go, oh, do you use sweat? He's like, yeah, I use sweat. And
but why would that, like, specifically sweat? I can't see how that
I don't know, but it helped jump all
I guess
these frames.
It's clear?
Possibly, but it did something to the frames.
That's weird. And plus, why is he sweating so much?
I don't know.
Okay, here we go.
You need to find an actual droplet of sweat somewhere.
Well, I'm assuming if you're a speedrunning
Ring out the clothes.
I'm picturing a dude hunched over in a t-shirt, just like, you know, perspirating to the shit. I don't think he's got like a, what's it called, a Rexona sponsorship yet. You know what I mean? Yeah. By lubricating the ball with saliva, Vaseline, hair grease, or something else, the pitcher can throw a pitch that slides off his fingers without generating too much backspin. So if a pitcher makes the ball sticky, or if he makes his fingers sticky, he might be able to get a tighter grip and throw the ball with more spin. Is that why they do it in cricket as well? Throwing the ball with less...
Well, I mean, cricket's all about spin, right? So
that's why they used to do the whole, like, rubbing it on to get the
friction.
the dryness out
Yeah.
of the ball. I'm assuming. Okay. So, all right, here's a question. Do you
Yeah, but
reckon... Do you think it's wrong?
In cricket, there's a bounce, so maybe they do that so that it bounces awkward when it does
Well,
land.
no, it's just generating spin.
But the spin is depending
The key-
on. I mean, the bounce is depending on what you do, because it might spin on the bounce.
Yeah, that's
or-
what I mean. Yeah. So it might change the
Direction.
the direction after it's bounced.
Yeah.
A little bit more.
Okay.
Whereas because you're throwing in baseball, it's just in midair.
Yeah, but
Right.
you're still throwing it with spin.
Yeah, but it's a bit more, not noticeable, but it's in midair, whereas when you're throwing something on the ground and it catches like on a little bit that might be roughed over, it could change the whole direction.
Yeah. Do you reckon applying spit or whatever to a ball to add lubrication to it, do you reckon that should be illegal?
No.
No.
No,
Maybe now with Corona.
Vaseline.
Got in my eye.
Did you see that guy throw that woman out the bus?
No.
She spat on him in the bus. So there was this Asian dude sitting in a bus.
Yeah.
I can't remember where it was. No, I think it was in America, of course. Or maybe Europe, I don't know. Probably America. And she spits on him on the bus as it's her stop. And he gets up, loses it, grabs her like a sack of potatoes like this, and just heaves her out of
And
the thing.
stay out.
And stay out. And she just goes, whoo.
Really?
Yeah, it
I know
is.
there was the guy in America that was it America? I can't remember what he was, like, migrant of some kind, and three women in the back, three girls like under the age of 19, 20, they were coughing on him and spitting on him.
Oh, the cab driver one.
cabbie.
Yeah, one of them, she's been charged now. It was the one that refused. So two of them sat in.
This is doing my head in. Like, I want to know why this is dropping off, because they never used to do it, and they started doing it every now and then, and I found some runarounds. See, now it's disappeared. Like, it'll sign in, and then the Wi-Fi will drop out.
Do you know why? Because it's a Mac. I had to do it. I'm sorry.
Well played.
All assertive. It's like, that's why. You know why? So positive. Take it to a Genius Bar.
Yeah. Here's a 10-year-old MacBook. Sort it out for me, mate.
So what do you reckon's wrong with it? Well, you need a new one.
We don't accept anything older than 6 months.
Dude, literally, if it's not brand new in the box with a receipt, they don't want to know about it.
Yeah.
It's like, nah.
You can go get one in the box over there, buy that, and bring it here. We'll
Have you heard about all that right to repair stuff that's going on at the moment?
No.
So basically, Apple is fighting tooth and nail.
Do you know what's killing me?
What?
Hang on.
Yeah.
It's a stupid puffer vest.
Yeah.
I saw a video by Tank Sinatra, like, on Instagram over the last probably about a month ago now, and he's got like a vest on, and he's talking about being from Hindsight Finance or something, Finance, and he's like, here's another top 10 tip that will totally not be of any use to you, and you could tell on the G because I got a puffer vest on and a John Mayer G-Shock, and he's like, if you bought just $50 worth of Apple stock back in 1984 before the company was even invented, it'd be worth, and he's like calculating, he's like, more than you have right now. And like, I'm just looking at that and how you're going to talk about some fucking spurious fact. Okay, sorry, continue.
So they're like, obviously all these big companies have lobbyists. It's people that will go and talk in front of, city councils to try and push their
creepy ideas.
And so one of them is their right to repair stuff. And that is pretty much that if you buy an Apple product,
Yeah.
you have to bring it back to Apple to get fixed.
Yeah.
Okay? And there's cases of like third party repair guys
Yeah, of course.
that fix stuff that have been like threatened, sued, they've sent like private PIs on them, basically just trying to blackball them.
Yeah, to shut down.
Do you have
Shut
any
them down.
idea how many times I've sent my poor iPod to the Vietnamese dude in
Yeah,
Spring
I
Valley?
was just about to say
Yeah,
that too.
Any
Yeah.
idea how many times?
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like here it's not an issue. Other countries it is a very big issue. And so basically what happens is you take it to the Genius Bar, they'll take it out the back, they'll bring it back to you and go, there's nothing we can do about it. If you want to repair it, it'll cost you, $1,500 to repair it.
Yeah.
And, $500 to look at it and this and that. You're up for like basically $2,500, $3,000.
Yeah.
At that price, you might as well just buy a new one.
Yeah, exactly.
But then you take it to the guy on YouTube, Lewis Rossman, and he's got his camera there and he's like, There's nothing wrong with it. All it is, the charger cable just came undone.
What do you mean the charger cable came undone?
So basically, the little cable that plugs into your battery,
within the
the laptop,
just jarred loose.
it's just come loose. I won't charge you for it because it's just a simple solution. And he's like, here you go, done.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you know what that reminds me of?
And so they're trying to get people to keep doing that, and now it's picking up momentum.
To actually show.
Yeah, because they're
So
forcing
wait,
you to.
You're saying like Tran could get arrested for what for
Here no, but not arrested, but like pretty much like
They're trying to put legal action, basically.
Yeah, it's like this is our product. It's
Probably
our
more of a scare
Once
tactic.
you buy it, it's yours.
No, it's not.
You're not leasing it.
It's their physical. It's called something. It's the intellectual property.
It's the same as games.
No.
Isn't it?
Intellectual property.
It's their. I don't know if it's the intellectual property. It's something, and it's basically like. I don't know the word.
No, he's right, because it's the same as games. When you buy a game, like Ghost over there, that you don't own that. They can come and take that off you whenever they want.
That's why I don't buy digital.
You buy it, but they can come and take that. They own that.
That's like a license.
You own the physical
property.
copy.
Yeah.
But that's not yours. It's fucked up. It's really fucked up. Like, we didn't even own these.
It's like the nature strip in your front yard. You own it, but it's technically the council's.
You got to maintain it.
You got to maintain it.
The responsibility is on you to maintain it. But hang on, if you don't maintain your nature strip, what happens?
Nothing. There are people. Your neighbours will probably complain to the council.
Yeah,
The
the
council will come
council
down. Be like,
pass.
what are you doing?
No, but what's the council going to do?
Fine you.
They can fine you.
Yeah.
Fine you for what?
Because you're not even allowed to like cut their tree on the nature strip. You can't like clip it. You can't maintain it or anything. You have to just cut the grass.
So if the tree is not if you can't mess with the tree,
You got to call the council for them to come and trim it.
so then why should the grass be any different?
Because they're not coming to do the grass
Capitalism.
on a weekly basis.
Capitalism.
Socialism. No. Seriously, that makes no sense.
Yeah, it's
I was going to say, in the spirit of Bill Gates and in the spirit of Bill Gates and Melinda Gates over the last week, you know what that reminds me of? What you just said about the Apple thing. Remember when Bill Gates was on The Simpsons?
Yeah.
It was like, buy him out, boys, and they like trash his desk. I was like, God. I didn't get rich writing a lot of checks. Speaking of which, though, friggin' if they can't make it, seriously, who can?
Have you seen? I mean, the story is getting deeper by the day.
Well, what's the story?
That she's leaving because of his connection with what's his face? Epstein.
Epstein, yeah.
Yeah. But did you see did you see what she
comes
did?
back to Epstein.
Did you see what she's been doing since the time that they announced it?
She's living large. She's pretty womaning it up.
$200,000 a day to
what?
rent an island for her and the kids so that they don't have to deal with media. $200,000 a day.
Okay, but hang on. I'll say one thing, all right? You're good on her for being able to do that, all right? And I can understand wanting the privacy in this tentative moment, but really, does anyone give a shit about Melinda Gates' private life?
No.
It's not like she's Kanye or something. You know what I mean?
I did not know her
I still
name.
don't give a shit.
I honestly did not know her name until you just said it.
That's very true.
I'm being serious.
I am too.
That's a
Like,
very
I did
true
not know her
point.
name until you just said it.
I don't think a lot of people did.
Yeah.
What did you do, Melinda? I'm sorry? What did you do? What do you mean? What did you do? I'm his husband. What? Who?
No, I knew a name because of the philanthropy crap that they did, like the charity that
Yeah,
set
the
up,
charity,
is the
yeah,
Bill
yeah.
and Melinda Gates charity, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not knocking her like the way I knock Bezos' ex-wife, the richest woman in the world, source of income, divorce. Be honest, the thing is Bill Gates is more on the level than Bezos ever was, right?
Yeah.
Because Bill Gates didn't get rich by like.
He's lost it. I don't know.
I'm just thinking about Bezos now, like job title, the Bezos Dumper. What?
What? No. Like, when you think of the two, right? They're both being the richest man in the world at some point. But you don't think of Bill Gates, like, standing over people working in his warehouses the way, like, you think about Bezos? Like,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, the extreme Amazon working conditions.
Bezos is like clearly a tyrant. and the staff aren't shy about saying that he's a tyrant.
Yeah,
whereas
literally.
Gates has this pretty good reputation.
Yeah, Gates created, like, when Microsoft first started, like, it had a health plan, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it was really progressive like that.
Yeah.
And then he basically stopped working to set up philanthropy. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's got that homely character about him. He hasn't changed.
Yeah.
Whereas you could picture Bezos coming in on a helicopter with his initials on the side.
But that's the thing. Like, the more information that comes out on Gates, it's like it's weird because apparently he
Like what? I haven't heard any of this information.
Once a year, he's agreed with his wife that once a year he spends a month with his ex-girlfriend in a getaway house for a month in like the snow or something like
What
that.
ex-girlfriend? Wasn't he married at like 22 or something?
Yeah. He gets to spend the month with her at that getaway.
Okay,
house.
2 things. One, you know how they say you should never listen to a disgruntled ex-employee?
Yeah.
Well, not that, how much can you take as fact from a disgruntled ex-wife?
No, true.
And 2, do you remember that episode of the South Park when they did the Tiger Woods episode?
No, I never
Yes,
saw it.
I do.
Do you remember what they said at the end of that episode?
Not verbatim.
Neither do I. But basically, essentially, what they said was, you're surprised that a millionaire is acting the way they are with all that money.
Oh, because everyone who was rich was having a sex disease.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So essentially, like, a person with all that money, you're surprised that he's doing stuff.
No, I'm not.
No, but that's what I mean. But there's people that are. Like, oh.
What do you mean? It's like Kanye, man. His whole flip out, like, you're surprised that he went nuts? Like,
Yeah.
literally a
I mean, he's a
billionaire.
gay fish. What can you do?
Back to South Park. He's such a cultured man. All your popular culture references are from South Park.
He brought it up.
The funny part is he's the only shortcut on my toolbar here. It says YouTube.
I know, I saw it.
South Park,
And
yeah.
South Park
Yeah.
Human Centipede.
You started it. You started it because I saw that before.
I didn't say any of that, man.
You have to watch that scene when they do it in the sound booth with the two of
Oh,
them.
like actually the
yeah,
production behind
they
it.
can't get through it. They're just losing it. The two of them, they're just dying.
Do you know what I like about... Sorry, going back to Gates, the one thing that this whole divorce has done is create some of the best memes I've ever seen in my
Oh,
life.
absolutely.
The one of him standing at like the Taco Bell or whatever it is. It's like Bill Gates out here trying to feed himself. So sad. He's just standing with his hands behind like his side. It's like that man is worth more money than anyone on the planet. He's just standing there. And the caption was like, "I'll take the truck, thanks."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what do you mean? all the like,
I'll take the truck.
all like the Zaddy memes of like, you know, him becoming some sort of Playboy pimp now. Do you reckon he's going to do it? Do you reckon?
Maybe he'll do like a Cuba Gooding.
What, just party for like
Maybe.
his entire fortune away?
I didn't even picture him. Like he's so neatly presented.
Bill Gates.
Yeah, like every time
He
you
always
see him,
has
he's clean. He's like super clean, crisp presented. He's
That's
not
why I'm picturing Bezos as like shaved head and he's like suits.
I still,
But you know how I picture Bezos,
I
right?
can't stop thinking of that image of him laughing.
Who?
Of Bezos. That one that we saw last time. Like full on got the head back.
Oh, he's got the evil.
He's got that evil laugh.
I always picture him just covered in baby oil, just slipping and sliding everywhere. Just
Why?
just head first into someone.
I can see him. I can see Bezos walking around like a mansion, which is like a silk purple robe or something. You know, nothing else.
Yeah, but I still,
Just a
I can
silk
picture that,
robe.
but he's in baby oil.
Why?
Head to toe. Shiniest.
He showers and then dips into a bath.
Just
of
dips
paper
straight
oil.
in. Jumps out. Oh, I'm good.
You're fried.
I don't know. I can't not picture him as with baby oil.
What's wrong with you?
I don't know. Plenty.
I was talking about I was talking to the old man about how even if you had money, you'd still have to have purpose, as in get up and
Yeah.
you know, money. If you're working towards something, money might buy you time. Like money might make a few things happen quicker, but generally you still have your path. Like, does that make sense? Like,
Yeah.
of what you're actually doing?
Yeah.
Like people always talk about the hypothetical, how much money would it take to like retire, and then I start eliminating debts. I'm like, mate, we're going to need about $600,000. Then we may have started scratching the surface,
Yeah.
but then it's not enough to retire.
No.
You know what I mean?
No, not even close.
No, but that's the point. Like, how much money would you theoretically need to retire?
I think there's a thing on that.
Didn't they say $1 million?
Nah, that's not enough.
I remember seeing a couple years ago.
$1 million theoretically gets you a wage of $55,000-$60,000 a year if you put it in an investment account.
I think they said you need $1 million in your super.
Yeah.
To get that, because you'll actually have quite a substantial amount of money at that point in your super.
Okay, hang on. How much super do you need to retire? Oh, here we go. According to the Association of Superannuation Funds of Australia's Retirement Standard, to have a comfortable retirement, single people need 545,000 in retirement savings, and couples need 640.
Oh, there you go.
But you're assuming at that point you own your house.
That's the assumption.
Yeah, but I talk to people all the time, and like, man, I can never picture owning a house.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No,
Yeah.
people that work, live pretty modest lives, and like, there's no way known.
Dude, I've got a couple that, my friends who are a couple, she's on 70 grand. He's on just under 100 grand together, right?
Okay, 70 grand is a decent,
Average.
70 grand is a decent average wage.
Yeah.
As in, it's not ridiculous.
Huge, yeah.
It's not like, oh, this guy's
it's not
living it
minimum.
up. And it's not like you're living on the bare minimum.
Exactly.
I make less than that.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's, as in, it's a healthy salary.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it is.
And
it is.
just under 100 would be like, yeah, you're on good money.
You're in good shape. Yeah. And they can't save $1. Like, I have more money than them, and I don't even work. And I'm not even kidding.
Yeah, but then you got lifestyle choice as well.
Oh, the lifestyle. That's the thing.
Dude, if I said this in the last episode, if I got rid of the studio, just that alone would kick up $500 a month in my pocket.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Like, that's enough money to say, okay, like, you save that for 4 months, you got $2,000.
Yeah.
You can do something with $2,000.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah. Well, it's a lifestyle choice.
That's why we need more sponsorships on the podcast. Support, you know.
I need to make good on those cups of coffee.
Buy a cup of coffee, yeah.
Yeah. Actually, that's still up there. I don't think I've taken it down.
Buy me a
but I
coffee.
haven't had time to promote it. I've been too busy.
Just a couple of coffees a day. It's all we need.
I feel like I don't know, man. The last 6 weeks that we haven't been here, I've just been in a time warp. I've got no idea what's going on.
Well, you know, there's plenty going on that you had, so
Yeah.
slowing down hopefully.
Actually, thank you for helping me move.
Yeah, no worries.
No, I'm going to make a point. You did the George Costanza. You switched roles for this one. You did the George Costanza. My back. I'd love to help. But my back is just.
Of course I'll help.
No.
He's like, yes, I'll help.
I'll be honest.
And he's standing there on the curb. Like, where is he?
That's when you say to him, so have you got like an x-ray or something? He goes to the doctor, my back, and the doctor's like, that's nothing wrong with you. Yeah, that's usually what people fake.
I'll be honest. The funniest thing about moving was, doing the van runs with you.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
It was just, there's that Go Get, that service Go Get, which I'd never heard of, and someone suggested it to me. It's like $20 an hour, man, to hire a truck. Like was it $16.99 or $17.99?
Yeah, it was cheap.
Less than $20. And you don't have to fill up with fuel unless you bring it back with less than a quart of fuel. Yeah, to do it in an hour, you know how much you get done? But, he came with me to the get it. There's one right near my apartment. Came with me to get it, drove back to the place, loaded it up with crap, and then brought it back. Dude, it was like the Wet Bandits.
Oh, really?
That's the best way I can describe it. The two schmucks in the van, literally packed to the gills, man. Like, we're pushing the bikes into the back, and we're just on the road.
Yeah.
It was just ridiculous, man.
How many runs did you do?
In the van? 2.
It's all right.
Yeah, 1, because my goal was to basically get all the small piddly crap out of the way in order to let the movers get the big stuff out.
Yeah.
Because I knew it was going to be a challenge. So, the first day we did like, bookshelves, clothes, like,
Big boxes, suitcases.
Second run, it was, studio.
Yep.
Yeah, office stuff.
Yeah.
More boxes, office stuff, carpets, like, the ottoman, I think, crap like that.
More
man.
suitcases.
We definitely moved more than we should have when we did.
Plus, we did the car runs. I did a car run. He did a car run multiple times.
Oh, yeah, there's that too. And my mum's car as well. That was loaded up as well.
Yeah.
It's actually a lot of crap. I got to get rid of some of the stuff, man. I didn't have time. It was just, like, it happened so freaking fast.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean. I've been here 2 weeks now, man. I've spent literally one day in 2 weeks of just, I'm home, I need to get shit done. And at the time I was doing work anyway. I was working at my desk. Yesterday I cooked. I did a grocery run for the first time. I don't know, the last time I bought groceries was like 3-4 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And while I was cooking, I was actually cleaning my fridge. Like taking everything out, cleaning properly, blah, 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 blah.
Is the supermarket close to you? I didn't see.
Yeah, there is one. There's the IGA around the corner from me.
Oh, okay.
And actually, there's 2 IGAs around the corner from me. And then you've got, just down the road, you've got Coles and Woolies, like 4-minute drive. It's not far, man.
That's good. No, that's good. Very good.
I don't know, man. It's been busy. What was I going to say to you, clowns? Oh, See what South Carolina did?
No.
They passed a law where execution by shooting a firing squad.
Yeah.
South Carolina just reenacted that law.
For what?
They've reenacted because apparently the drugs, I think, the drugs for lethal injection are no longer available, or they're getting hard to make, or something.
There's probably a shortage on it.
Yeah, but they've reenacted the firing squad in South Carolina. All the rednecks are going nuts. They're loving it. I'm sorry, man, but like that isn't a humane way to go.
But what's the alternative if they don't have the? I'm not saying it's a good thing, but I'm just saying what's the
I
alternative?
think I'd rather the guillotine.
Do you think the guillotine? Well, you actually get to see see your corpse for 2 seconds before you.
That's a myth, man. That's a myth. All right. You're talking about the eyewitness accounts of like the head, the eyes. Right?
Yes.
It's a myth. That never happened, man. It's physically impossible.
I think I'd rather that than standing there waiting and then listening to like the call outs for, all right, kill the cunt now.
That's not how it happens, man.
I don't know how it happens.
What do you mean?
How does it happen? I don't know how it happens.
Wait, the
Firing squad.
Firing squad. They all have bullets in their guns and they're shooting.
No, they don't.
Yeah, but some of them-
they don't. They don't all have
No,
bullets.
they don't. It depends which country it is too.
All right, so did they detail
Some countries,
exactly what?
Okay,
some
firing
countries
squad.
they put blanks in some of the guns and say no.
Okay.
Some soldiers, the soldiers don't know who has the actual bullets.
First of all, they're not soldiers. They're prison guards, aren't they?
Sorry, I'm comparing to military executions.
Okay.
I was thinking dictatorship.
The way normally, the way it's traditionally done,
Yeah.
right, in order to put less anxiety on, the actual guys doing the shooting. So you got a row of 10 men. I think 2 of them have got live ammunition. 2 or 1. I think it's 2, just to,
Yeah.
and then the rest have got blanks.
Yeah.
You wouldn't know firing a blank
No.
or you're firing, like I fired both. Trust me, you can't tell the difference.
Yeah.
It's still the same discharge.
Yeah.
Same,
Same sound.
Yeah.
Everything, yeah.
So that's the whole point. You don't actually know if you're the guy that killed the bloke. Yeah? That's traditionally how it's done.
But there's countries out there that all of them have bullets.
Yeah. I'm assuming Russia's one of them.
Russia? They're sending you to the gulag. Just work.
Gulag to death.
Work or get shot?
Yeah. Actually, no, here. Hang on. A firing squad is normally composed of several military personnel. It is military. I'm guessing because of accuracy.
Possibly.
Then it's going to bring some beat cops, never handled a firearm.
The guy rocks up. He's a hard
the taser for the pistol. Like, what the fuck? That was a joke.
The dude got it.
That was a joke.
yeah.
You heard about that,
Yeah,
surely.
Yeah.
Dude, how do you confuse a taser and like your pistol's in your dominant hand?
Do you want me to tell you how?
Oh, here we go.
And I'll enrage people.
How?
Just be a female.
Well done. Well done.
Let me up! No, I mean, that's bad. It was bad.
Yeah.
It was pretty bad. It was pretty bad.
That's like in South Park. Look, no, that's like in Family Guy when Stewie's on trial about Michael Jackson, and they're like, what was the? So what actually happened? It was like, so you're saying something happened, and things. The worst part was that he never called me back. And then, like everyone laughed, but no, he was rather aggressive. You're such a freak, man. Okay.
No, it was bad. It was bad. But to be fair, this is where I think my special needs separate from everyone else's logic is...
What do you mean your special needs?
You're about to find out. See, whereas people are saying, it's horrible, how does that happen? He shouldn't have died. I'm like, that's horrible, how does that happen? I'm glad he's dead. You know what I mean?
Who are you glad he's dead?
The guy. He was a criminal. He was fighting the cops. He was trying to run. Fuck him.
Wait, it's about the kid.
What kid?
There was a kid that got shot.
It wasn't a kid, he was an adult. He was a young adult. He was an adult. He was driving a car. Are we talking about the same thing?
I don't know. Which
The guy that got tased by the female officer, shot by the female officer who said I confused her, and she called out taser, taser. Is that
shot.
one? That's one you think?
Okay, hang on.
I'm not getting involved.
Hang on.
No, I think so.
Yeah, he was a criminal.
You might be
Wait a
thinking of
second,
the one
wait.
with the girl that was shot. You're not thinking of the girl that was
Okay, the
shot.
fatal shooting of a black man by a police officer in Brooklyn, in U.S. city of Brooklyn Center in Minnesota. Daunte Wright was 20, was shot after the officer meant to use a taser, but mistakenly drew a gun instead.
Oh, he was 20.
Okay, so what we need is, okay, so this guy is your hereby criminal. Where is he? This guy is your criminal.
Don't judge a book by its cover.
What do you mean?
I'm just saying.
Because he's black.
No.
Because he's holding kid.
No, I'm just saying. Anyone can be a criminal.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, so, hang on, let's see what happened.
And I'm saying if he actually was, I mean, I don't trust any news source at this point anymore, so if he actually was a criminal, then I really couldn't care less.
Okay, so you're saying he was fine to die?
Yeah. And there, see, now you understand where the special needs part comes in.
Okay, hang on. Daunte Wright.
Like, I've always said that, you know, like, you remember, like, how all those speed chases that were going on here in Victoria, and there was all those accidents of people dying?
Yep.
I was of the thought, similar thing too. If they're dumb enough to steal a car, drive it at 180 kilometres and crash and die, they deserve it. Like, they get no pity from you whatsoever.
Yeah, as long as they didn't take anyone else with them.
Yeah.
Okay, hang on. He was shot.
That's right, of course, yeah. And then if somebody was to be taken out, that's, exactly.
Yeah. He was shot because it was during a traffic stop and an attempted arrest for an outstanding arrest warrant. That's why he was shot.
Yeah.
Killed.
Well, he wasn't shot for that. He was fighting them in the video.
Well, yeah, he was struggling with them. And he had a mental, what's it called? According to his old man, hang on. Would I just read this? Autopsy, book of response, blah, 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 reactions. His old man said they had like a learning disability.
Yeah, they all do though.
Well, they don't.
Yeah, they all claim they do.
Wright's father said that his son had dropped out of high school about 2 years earlier due to a learning disability and worked in retail fast food to support
Well,
his
supply
son.
the medical documents for that. If that's the truth, where are the documents? There is no documents.
So you're saying he deserved to die because he resisted arrest?
I'm not saying he deserved to die.
Well,
you're misunderstanding what I'm saying. I said that I'm okay with him dying because if he was avoiding arrest, he was on the run clearly then, if that's what it means.
Well, he wasn't on the run.
Well, he's avoided arrest, right? He evaded arrest.
There was a warrant out for his arrest.
No, so that means he hasn't been arrested and he's on the run.
I mean, the same reason, what's his name? Was it Jacob Blake? Mm-hmm. The reason he was shot was because he was reaching into his car to get a weapon.
Yes.
That's different.
Yeah.
He was resisting arrest and reaching for a weapon.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah, he didn't die, but I'm saying,
But this is the crazy thing about America. Like, I know a lot of people, and I'm the same, I do it too. I always say, like, why do the cops just shoot first? But the thing is, everyone's got a gun. Like, you're either gonna be shot.
But look, man, it's different. In America, there's that culture of it where to get through, like, to become a cop in the States is ridiculously easy compared to, like, you know, getting a fast food license and, like, all types. I remember they did a comparison, man. Like, there was a whole stat. Hang on, let me find it. Talk amongst yourselves. Hang on.
So police are trained in escalation, from what I understand.
Yeah.
So I think I might have mentioned this once before, that they even took, like, it was a journalist on, like, their 60 Minutes or whatever, and they put him through some training.
He was the priest. He was a priest at the local church, the black guy.
No, he was just a journalist on their 60 Minutes.
Oh, okay.
And this was a few years ago, and they got him to go through the same training that the officers go through for escalation.
Yeah.
And they put him through like 5 scenarios.
And they gave him a gun. Like
and they said, it's up to you to decide whether or not to shoot this person.
Yeah.
And we're not going to tell you. We're just going to go through like routine traffic stops and different situations, and you decide.
Different aggression levels.
And this guy in all 5 shot the perp.
Yeah.
And in all 5, I think there was only like 2 of them that were carrying a weapon.
Yeah. Yep.
And that was just like to point like, not that I'm justifying anything for them, but they are under the assumption for every stop or interaction that there's a possibility they're going to be shot.
Exactly.
And so with the escalation, they're trained in escalation. So when they say, get on your knees, do not run, and you turn around and run,
and resist,
that's escalating it.
Exactly.
You're escalating it to the next stage.
The adrenaline kicks in.
That's right.
Yeah.
And like with this woman here, like, she thought she was getting a taser, but she got her gun.
Yeah.
Like going for the gun is the last resort. Yes. She was thought, like I said, that was the situation. It was unfortunate. It's pretty sad.
Well, she clearly thought it was, she yells taser, like several times. She's yelling at the other cop, get out of the way, I'm about to tase him. But there was the same thing was done with the,
but then again, tasers are a lethal.
Or can be for some people, yeah.
Well, they are a lethal weapon as well because they can cause your heart to stop as well.
Yeah.
So just because they say they're going for a taser, there's still that chance that you could die as well.
Yeah. Yeah. There was the same thing done with that test with the police in whatever area George Floyd died. The police force. So there was a minister or priest, whatever it was, who was he started the riots.
Okay.
He started the protests. He started all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Like, he was pushing it hard.
Yeah.
Minneapolis, man.
Thank you. And
No,
the police force there said, well, we're going to reach out and say, look, how about you go through our training, see what you think, no judgment, no weird stuff, just come and have a look and see what we do and, see how you react. And he's like, sure, I'll do that, as long as it's filmed. So they filmed it all. They gave him a gun, they put him in uniform, and they put him through exactly what you said, scenarios, and said, some are lethal, some are not. We're going to let you judge. And I think there was quite a few of them. And I think, I don't remember the exact number, but it was one off. He didn't shoot. He shot every other time. And at the end of it, he goes, okay, I understand. It's not as black and white as we think outside it is. Yes, I will be changing my... And he still does, like, the protests in support of Black Lives Matter and stuff, but it's completely different tone now. Yeah. The cops aren't bad. They're doing a job. It's fucking hard.
I don't, like, in those scenarios, it's all like, okay, what was the name of the woman that got shot in her own house? She was asleep with her boyfriend.
Yeah.
Literally, the cops just charged in and started blasting. Yeah? Literally, they shot her while she was asleep in her bed.
Yeah.
And there was she had no...
Was that in America?
Record. Yeah. No criminal record, no nothing, just...
Well, they were there for her boyfriend. They had an open warrant for the boyfriend, and they went there knowing that could be a possible residence for where he was.
Yeah, and they just literally shot her while she was asleep in her bed.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah. All right,
what are they even shooting at?
No, she wasn't in the bed, she was in the hallway.
Something.
There's got to be more...
she was in the hallway, and this is where, she was shot in her hallway, which is bad, obviously. And this is where the two arguments come in, is like, they knocked on the door, they walked in, the boyfriend pulled out his gun and started shooting, and they shot back. And then there's the argument that they just barged in and shot whoever they saw.
Yeah.
Well, there's body cams, isn't there?
Yeah, there's body cams, but they're not releasing that to the public.
The footage sometimes goes missing.
Because one of them also shot into the next door neighbour.
Is this recent?
It was probably a year ago.
It was before George Floyd.
Breonna Taylor.
Yeah, Breonna Taylor, that's it. Yeah. Good work. I can't believe you remember her name. Because I read about it a lot. That's why I remembered her name. All right, look this way. If there's a cop in an alleyway and there's some punk at the top, and he tells him to show him his hands and he pulls out a bottle of Coke, and he reacts and shoots the dude because he thinks it's a gun, understandable, right? I get it. But what about George Floyd for that example?
That one, I don't know. I don't think that's such a cut case.
Anyone that says that's standard procedure is off their fucking head.
No,
and has no idea.
Not.
It's not standard procedure to cut the oxygen supply on someone's windpipe for 10 minutes.
Look, the thing that gets me about it is, like, when you watch the video, I do feel bad for the cop in the beginning because he's actually really nice. He's very compliant. He's very patient. He's really nice. So
didn't he get done for priors?
I have no idea. Probably.
I think he had complaints.
Yeah.
He probably had. Yeah, they're all piece of shit. But
pretty sure he did, man.
Hold on. But then, in your same words, because he's had complaints or a criminal, should you hold that against him?
No, hang on. What I'm saying is the use of. It's one thing if he was using necessary force against someone that's attacking him. George Floyd wasn't. They literally dragged him out of a car.
Yeah, but after
pinned him on the ground
long period
and
of time.
knelt on his windpipe for 9 minutes. That isn't standard issue, man.
Yeah.
In that time, if you're a cop, you can use your powers, whatever techniques you have, use whatever you got around you, subdue the dude, put him in cuffs. That's it, right? There's ways around it, man. Not to kneel on a bloke on the throat and cut it when he's telling you, I can't freaking breathe. And
but he was saying, I can't breathe. This is the problem, right? In the video, he's in the car
and he
saying,
tells
I can't breathe.
Yeah.
He's in the car saying it from the very beginning. So the fact that he was kneeling on his throat, he's a moron, or chest, whatever it was, the upper chest. He's an idiot.
It was his neck.
He's kneeling on his neck. Yeah, he was on his neck directly.
Literally cut his throat.
He's a moron. He doesn't deserve to be a cop, but does he deserve everything he got and the death threats and all? Probably not, because the 9 minutes up to that point, he was super patient, compliant, he did everything right. Floyd just got more erratic as it went on. He just got really erratic.
Okay.
But then, like,
Chauvin was, do
you think he should have been,
Tasered?
No, do you think he should have been found guilty of murder?
No.
that was murder, man.
No, I don't.
Murder is premeditated.
Yeah. I don't
Put
think,
him on the ground and knelt on his neck until he died.
but he didn't mean to kill him.
Manslaughter, fair enough. I could see manslaughter, but I don't think murder.
I would put him under manslaughter.
Because there's a difference between murder and manslaughter, obviously.
It's all
Murder
intent.
is me thinking, all right, I'm going to go out to a bar and glass someone in the head and then curb stomp them.
Yeah.
Manslaughter is getting into a fight. You go to the pub, we go to the pub, have a drink.
Manslaughter is killing someone by accident.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't intend on them.
Premeditated is you take the steps, you put them into plan in motion to kill somebody. That's what murder
I would have
is.
100%
But that's what they
charged
said.
him with manslaughter.
That's how it came out. The fact that he got him on the ground, knelt on his neck, and sat on it for 9 minutes. Well, his record stands with 18 complaints on his official record, two of which ended in discipline with letters of reprimand. One of them was a couple of years ago. A woman, mother of two, filed a complaint because he hit a black kid in the head with a flashlight, and then holding him down with his knee for 17 minutes, ignoring the kid, saying he couldn't breathe. You know what I mean?
The only thing that information tells us is that he should have been trained after those incidents, whereas the same could be said, like, George Floyd was a piece of shit. He just was.
He wasn't a piece of shit.
He was a piece of shit.
No, hang on. Wait a second, man. He wasn't a piece of shit. He was a figure in the community. All right? Yeah, he had a troubled past, but he wasn't a piece of shit.
But it was recent.
What do you mean?
They had recorded him for a home break-in a month before.
Yeah, but he had a drug problem, man.
What's that got to do with? Okay, if he killed your family members, what's that got to do
But he
with?
didn't kill anyone's family members.
We don't know that.
Yeah, we do.
I don't.
I'm telling you. See, you're just assuming he's a killer.
Well, that's why I'm saying, like, if you look at the past and someone else's past, you got to compare both pasts and say, well,
Okay.
he deserved it and he deserved
This
it.
cop is on record for abusing authority
Yeah.
and being overzealously violent, especially with
So the
crowds of
force
black
failed
people.
everyone. The force failed the community by not disciplining him properly. They say they disciplined him.
That was my point. To become a cop in America is a breeze compared to certain other certain other occupations.
It's a joke.
That have got more stringent.
It's an on the job training.
And do you know what's weird? Like, it's weird because
Use your shield. Use your handgun.
Get out there and show them what you made up.
think of it, right? The threat is increased so dramatically in America being a cop compared to like being in Australia.
Of course, of
you get
course.
a partner here, and you don't,
Don't you get a partner there?
you don't get a partner there. They all travel solo. It's
What about all the movies that lie to us?
nah, yeah, they lie.
I keep telling you to stop taking movies as gospel, Dim. It's not real life.
It's like, hey man, you okay to do this? Yeah, man, we partners. You know what I mean? Like, it's every movie.
But that's what I'm saying. Like the fact that they travel alone, everyone's got a gun, and they're on their own, right? They should have immense amounts of training before they get in the force. How is it like just snap your fingers? Yeah, he's bad. He's gun.
Did did you pay attention to the actual court case though? Like the stuff that was going on in there? Some of the
I'm just
things?
laughing at him. Which one? The George Floyd?
Yeah, some of the things that was said.
No, I watched a bit of it, but I had other shit to do.
Like the guy, when you got pulled over, his friend that was with him,
Yeah.
the guy that was going to testify on his defense, to help him out, the guy actually excused himself on what was the
Fifth Amendment.
fifth? Is it the fifth?
plead the fifth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because he didn't want to incriminate himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fifth.
What would he incriminate himself with in regards to?
I don't know.
Exactly. Like
That's a good point.
Because I don't think there's any truth to it. There could be. I don't know. They're saying that I don't think that's true, but they're saying that before he died, he had taken lethal doses
Yes.
of the, what was it? The methamphetamines?
Yeah, it was meth.
Meth.
Yeah.
And they're saying that's actually what might
In a
have
bag,
killed
though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what might have killed him, and that's why he was saying I can't breathe.
Yeah, it's
before,
just
when he was
fixating
in
on
the
the
car,
bag.
when he was in the
Which is weird because I remember
In
the
the car.
first report coming out with an autopsy saying that that's what it was, but then later on they said no, he died from being choked on the neck.
I don't know.
It was
I
just really
honestly-
weird.
I honestly don't know.
I thought that was confusing.
Yeah, and then there's also they had the defense, the police special defense for the prosecution, and they were saying the guy that was like the expert on the technique he used.
Yeah.
He goes, that is not a police department issued
Technique.
technique.
Yeah.
And then
I would hope not.
But then in the same sentence, he said, but he was within reason to use that.
Yeah. Well, he was resisting. And he's a big dude.
So
unless someone can show me taking down a big dude and you can do it better, then I just...
And now...
It's hard. It's a hard one.
But then that's the stuff going within the court, but then also the outside influence where then you got that senator who was saying if we don't get the result that we want, we're gonna burn it, not burn it down. She said something. I can't remember what it was she said.
Was she a black senator?
Yeah.
You're saying it was trial by mob rule?
No, not mob rule, but influence. They're saying...
The mob has spoken.
Yeah, the mob has spoken. If we don't get the result we want, we will... I can't remember the word she said. And then even when the jury went off to debate, what do they call it?
Deliberate.
Deliberate.
Thank you.
When they went off to deliberate, the judge turns to him and goes, that senator has given you grounds for a mistrial.
Oh, really?
The judge turned and said to the defense, it's on video on YouTube, he goes, that senator has essentially given you grounds for a mistrial. And now they're finding out one of the jurors, because as a jury you have to be impartial.
Yes.
You're not allowed to, they apparently go through a questionnaire.
Correct, yeah. Yeah.
And now apparently one of the jurors who actually deliberated, footage of him at a Black Lives Matter rally.
Ah, lovely.
So now there's a second cause for a mistrial to get the case turned over.
I didn't know that part.
Like, yes, if he did everything wrong, throw him in jail and throw away the key. But it has to go through the right way,
channels, yeah.
The right channels. And yes, they got their guilty verdict, but was it done properly? Was the case contaminated because of all these outside influences?
Yeah.
There's jurors coming out saying that they were afraid of retaliation if they voted not guilty.
Death threats and...
You know?
Yeah. Here's a question. We've had this question before back in the past, but I'll ask you too. With life imprisonment, like the firing squad, yeah? I think firing squads are inhumane. I think it's ridiculous. Yeah? It's cheap, but yeah, I think it's ridiculous.
Okay.
Right?
Yep.
Do you think... Let's say
Do we agree with corporal punishment?
No, let's save the argument of corporal punishment and the death penalty. Let's just ignore that.
Yeah.
Let's just say there is no death penalty. It's just life in prison. Do you think the conditions should be one of squalor or they should be of...
That's the question, because prison, in the Western world at least, that is rehabilitation.
Yeah.
There won't be any prison movies when you're going. Prison.
If you look at the statistics, it doesn't work.
Whereas probably in the poorer countries, it's for till death or basically as punishment.
Okay, hang on. So you think rehabilitation doesn't work?
I know it doesn't because I studied it.
Not according to the Northern European countries.
No, here, I'm saying. I studied this.
Well, in Northern Europe, they give them cable and Wi-Fi and they give them a Gmail account, don't they?
In Northern Europe, I watch a lot of those world's worst prison sort of shit, and in Northern Europe, generally the theme is it's for rehabilitation, and they have a more proactive sense of rehabilitation. Unless it's literally this man murdered, his entire family and stewed their brains or something.
Yeah,
it's hard to say because then even
give him a cat. Yes.
You look at your
Another cancer.
What happened to the last one? He ran away.
He's going through about 15 cats. He's putting on weight.
He's got a new hat made out of fur.
He's got a baboon hat.
He's got a necklace of cat paws. They're lucky.
Anyway.
Well, I don't know. Look at then the gulags, that's where hardened criminals
Why
go.
do we keep going back to the gulags today?
Because I might be dancing around something.
No. Well, look, man, according to these...
Do they come out even more hardened, these criminals, they go to the gulag?
There's a 60...
Do you think innocent people get
68%
reoffend?
Okay.
No, I finished that part. There's a 68% reoffend
I want to
rate.
see credential. I want to see your report card. That's what I want to see. Satisfactory. What do you mean, man?
No, I dropped the course in the end. I passed the unit. I just dropped the course. 68% reoffend rate in Australia.
In Australia,
yeah. As an average.
Do you know why? Because when they go into prison here, it's like a freaking holiday, man. That was the big thing. Like, man, when I used to work with a lot of the ex-cons and current cons. Literally, man. Especially when I worked in events, man, you work in logistics, you work in warehousing. You know, you don't work with. So
Yeah, you get
all sorts. Yeah, and
you did roadie shit, right? Didn't you?
I worked in the events industry. Yeah,
That was that would have been
that's where I was exposed to even more. You know what I mean? Because it's all transients that work. It's backpackers, jailbirds, you know. And I had a guy say to me who was a pretty prolific, I wouldn't say underworld figure, but he was well connected. I remember we were talking about robbing servos or something. He's like, "It's not hard."
It's not.
So he just said it. He's like, "It's not hard. It's not hard." I'm like, "What?" It's like, "It's not hard." That's literally what he said. But he said, "You guys, why do you think all the Chinese are coming in here?" And I'm not being racist, because why do you think Chinese and Vietnamese look at our prison systems and are willing to do a time for trying to ship, bags
money
of heroin?
laundering and stuff
He
like
goes,
that? Yeah.
They risk it. If they get away with it, they've made a couple $1 million on the street. If they don't, family gets whatever dividends come in and they get away with. They go to prison for about 3 years. They're out in 1. And he goes, the state of our prisons compared to what's going on in China
Well, they kill
or
them
Vietnam.
there. You just die.
Because it's a holiday for them.
Yeah.
Because they're willing to take a hit for 2-3 years and make sure their family gets fed. They don't care.
Yeah.
But that's what he said, man. He goes, it's a joke.
My mate who was dating a Chinese girl here, we found out that she was trafficking meth here from China. And anyway, she ended up getting raided several times, but on the last raid they actually got her. And China basically said, "She's ours, bring her here." And that was it. She got executed once she arrived.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
Who was this? Sorry, who was this?
Oh, I don't want to know.
Not the name. Like somebody, a girlfriend of someone you knew?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So she got deported back to China.
Deported back to China, yeah. Because we were reading the news articles.
And Australia goes, "Oh, we just want to follow up on her," and they do it like a weekend at Bernie's. Hang on, I'm here.
No, the mother, her mother, sent the news articles and said basically like, follow along if you're interested. If you're not, then just whatever. And she was executed shortly after arrival.
Well,
Yeah.
there you go.
They don't mug around. There's no second chance.
Here's a question.
Hey, well,
If you go to a country that has a death penalty,
which country's got the best jail? Norway. Told ya.
Like the cruisiest.
Yeah. No, as in lowest recidivism.
Yeah.
20% within 5 years.
type of crimes going on there, though? Is it like blue collar or
They've got the
white
lowest
collar?
crime in the world, don't they?
Because Northern Europeans.
That's a question.
They have the lowest crime rate in the world, right? It's like the safest.
Yeah, Northern Europe is generally.
I remember when I was in Dubai and we were on the tour, and the guy's like, "There's no crime here because everybody here just wants to work." And then like later on, it's like busloads of like North Indian dudes or South Indian dudes. I don't know which part, North or South. But like then you realise, oh yeah, this is all just forced labour. That's why it's like crime. That's why it's like crime.
There's not crime here.
It's not crime.
People dying on their construction sites.
Yeah.
It's not crime. Anyway,
They all happy.
Your question.
So if you go to a country that has the death penalty and you knowingly commit a crime, that the end result or the consequence is the death penalty, do you think that person should be brought back or tried there?
It depends on the crime.
No, well, the
question is if that crime's consequence, regardless of the crime, is the death penalty.
No. It'd have to be on a severity thing. If you steal a loaf of bread.
Yeah, but there's no countries where you'd get killed for stealing a loaf of bread.
Oh, well then yes, I'd say try it in the country.
Yeah. Okay. No, it was just a question, that's all.
What do you think? What do you guys think?
So what, you're saying...
Say like you go to Bali.
Yeah.
And you bring...
Chappelle.
Yeah, a boogie board worth of marijuana.
I don't know how that got in there.
Marijuana. Yeah.
Seeing as she just did her 10-year, what was it? Release interview? I don't know, was it? I don't know. I don't pay attention to pop culture. I don't pay attention to pop culture.
You don't pay attention.
No, not at all. Not at all.
I don't.
Schmuck.
And basically, I mean, obviously if you could get out, you'd come back to the country.
Yeah.
But, like, how do you see it as people that, because there was some of them, remember the Bali, was it the Bali 7?
9.
9. Some of them got executed, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I'm just wondering, that's all, what your take on that is.
Yeah,
they broke the law in that country. Face the consequences.
Face the consequences, yeah.
What
I
do you
agree.
mean? What it is to
No, because there's a lot of people like, they should come back. Why kill them? This and that.
You went there.
Yeah, no, I'm just asking.
No.
I'm actually glad he agrees on it, to be honest. I'm glad you agree on that stand. Because I think it's just a respect thing, too. If you're going somewhere else, respect their laws.
When you're given a passport, man, you are now an ambassador. Right? Because that passport... Well, he's nodding.
Yeah, that's true.
No, it's true. Yeah.
You are representing that country, man.
Yeah.
The country, you passed the test, the country said, yes, when you go abroad, you are now officially recognized.
You're a representative of the country.
Them. And man, reputation hinges on that sort of shit. That's why I hate hearing about how Aussies are the worst tourists.
Yeah.
We're bad in Bali because Bali's cheap for us and it's close, so any idiot can go.
Yeah.
But when I've been overseas, like in Europe and stuff, man, where it's more pricey.
That's true. Yeah, there's a lot
you don't find too many dickheads in Collingwood jumpers. Like, You know what I mean? No, that's legit.
No, it's true.
Yeah.
Everyone's generally more respectful.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I found a couple of bogans in like Hawaii, but they were like still like, oh, we're here because there's a sales. And I'm like, all right, that's good. But no one was walking around pissed off their face.
I'm assuming you agree with get tried in the country.
I choose not to judge people.
You can't ask a question, not answer it.
No, I just asked. Yes, I can.
It's the vest, man. The vest is doing my head in.
I thought I had my, what was it?
John Mayer G-Shock.
John Mayer G-Shock. Put in the John Mayer G-Shock.
And you know I'm true because I'm wearing a perfect vest and a John Mayer G-Shock. Nah. As far as the passport thing, man, getting a passport is a big deal.
I think here in Australia, it is very, very undervalued what the actual importance of a passport is. And that's why, like last time you were talking about, do we need a national ID card?
Yeah.
It's possible. But, like you go to other countries and like passports are like, you got to run through hoops.
Oh, yeah.
You got to bring them, like, the last 5 tags of your underwear on there, and
that's the thing.
They got to,
thing
like
the Aussie passport is like 12th or 13th or 16th in the world as far as opening borders.
Yeah,
man, like a guy I used to work with, a Pakistani dude. He had a Pakistani passport, man. He had to fight to get to Canada to visit his relatives in Canada.
Yeah,
dude, he had to go to the embassy in Sydney, pass some tests, come back. Like, it was getting clearance letters from employers, getting clearance letters from doctors. He went to Sydney, flew back, and he stuffed up on a form. Like, he didn't send a form in because he forgot, or he didn't think it'd be needed, or he thought there was no point. And they rescinded, like, the application, and he was telling me about it. I go, man, just send the form in, like, do it right. Like, so he flew back to Sydney just to drop a form personally at, like, an embassy.
Yeah.
Yeah? Just to fly over. Because his Pakistani passport was not strong enough to be let into Canada.
That's pretty crazy.
You know what I mean? There are countries out there that have got useless passports. Like, it means nothing. You can't leave.
Yeah.
We can get on a plane and go pretty much anywhere on the planet. That's a big deal, man.
Yeah.
And it's basically, there's like, I've been at the post office in line waiting to pay something, and I've seen like, they were Chinese, basically Chinese customers who would refuse to hand over their passport for ID because they know what they went through to get it.
Yeah.
You know? Just to prove who they are, they wouldn't hand it over.
Well, we're talking about the worst prisons in the world.
I've seen that too, by the way.
The worst prison...
Even Russians as well, I've seen them.
The worst prisons in the world are in Turkey. Have a listen to this, all right? Turkey, Venezuela, Supermax in America... Syria.
I'm just thinking of Acropolis now, like the Turkish prison.
Oh, two souvlaki and a coffee or something. Mahdou. Turkish, mate. Turkish. Mahdougal. Scottish. The worst prisons, like Brazil, North Korea, Thailand, Venezuela again, Rwanda, Rikers Island, America. I love it. It's like Rwanda, Venezuela, Rikers. Rwanda?
Yeah, where's
that? It's an
that?
African nation.
In Africa.
Are you for real?
Oh, in Africa, okay.
Yeah. Peru, again in the States, Hong Kong, Russia, Israel. Jesus.